Alright, everybody, so this is NBT SKY. Look, check this good shit out, right? Excuse my language. So I was going live. The intent was to go live. But when I decided to go live, for some reason, what I'm using decided that it wasn't going to connect properly. So forgive me for those of you who got the link for the live and have to come to this one. Anyway, today's discussion, tarot reading and bone throw, is Marianne Kilorzi. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but anyway, she was an executive for Citibank, and supposedly she was murdered out in London, right? Now, I wasn't able to find her birthday, but I decided because I can't find her birthday, I looked at her numbers and her name, so that really broke down into Saturn, a Capricorn energy, so that might just come out as her physical her description. Capricorn energies, it kind of can be a little dark skin kind of energy, right? Outside of that, I decided to use the world as for Saturn. And so the world encompasses Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, and Taurus energy. So that's air, earth, air again, water, and fire. So you got like a dual air energy, a earth energy, a water energy, and Scorpio also could be ruled by a fire planet. So it's like a dual air, dual fire, a little bit of water, and that's that. So therefore, the choice was the world card. Now, I did a little bit of a short numerology report on the situation, and so what I found out is that Pluto, there was a little bit of conflict in the water and the fire, and I found out that Jupiter, that came as gifts. Mars came as gifts. Venus came in the moving forward in the balance, or past people energy, and then the Sun came in a stabilizing energy, and Saturn came in that Six of Coins kind of energy, which is fairness, balance, help, and assistance. With some people requiring and requesting help and assistance that don't need it. So anyway, let's see what it's talking about. Now, I don't really know much about the situation. I will tell you that what I did look up was, outside of the fact that I could not find her birth date, right? The company that she worked for, Citibank, that breaks down a master number 33 and 6. But the high frequency, middle frequency still is in 6, so that lets us know there's a Venus kind of energy involved, that Libra Taurus energy. Her position as an executive brings her also into Venus in a high and medium frequency. So Venus is a prominent thing. This Libra Taurus kind of energy is prominent. Now, when they found her, because I really couldn't find the actual date of death, but when they found her, this comes down in this Pluto energy, and it comes down in the high, medium, and low frequencies. So this lets you know that Pluto is extremely dominant in this vibration of why she's not here, right? This transition, this secrets, the unknown. And then where she was located at the time, according to Google, right, which is Woolwich, London, the United Kingdom, right? So this breaks down all into a Saturn energy. And when you're talking about the Saturn energy, you're talking about an Earth energy, primarily like Capricorn energy. This is about foundation, stability, planting seeds to grow something further. So let's look and see what is the discussion. Now, even in her numbers, she's dominant, high, medium, and low frequency in Saturn with a master number of 22 and 4. So it lets you know that she has the ability to match. She would have had the ability to continue to grow and be stable and firm in her positions as she moved forward throughout the situation. Citibank is the company that comes to 33 and 6, right? So they've mastered many things in the 11 and 2 and the 22 and 4. Now, where she was located comes up in the 11 and 2, which is also a master number, super spiritual, tapped into the unknown. So they got a lot of information over there that people may not know anything about. in regards to the situation, and it's probably because they probably still investigating, right? So it's a lot of things they're not going to tell the public, and if they do tell the public, it's going to be bait information anyway. So let's look at this Marianne Kilorzi energy. So I'm going to just look at these 4 areas, and then we're going to throw the bones real quick, right? So we got this Aquarius, Uranus energy, the secrets, the hidden information, right? And so judgment, resurrection, being resurrected. So this is a discussion of in secret. There were people that were already in tune or tapped in that understood that this situation was going to take place. Whether that's in the ethers or the physical reality, either way, there's energy, people, or knowledge that this was going to take place, regardless of the fact. This is, that kind of energy. So in this Taurus, there's Venus energy, right? And when the world comes down, when we're dealing with Venus, we're dealing with Taurus. So the Temperance, this is about a balancing out of a particular situation. The foundation is particularly a balancing out of a situation. Is this necessarily a balancing out? No. The person that did this probably felt like they are balancing out a situation, but they probably moved off of their emotions. And the balancing out is about what's going on in the physical reality. All right, so let's look at this Leo energy. And so we got this Page of Cups. So somebody was definitely moving off of their emotions and being extreme, not thinking this through at all. Like something struck the situation that moved the person through their emotions. That's why she's not here. Whether that's her position or how people viewed her, or feeling like something is not fair in a particular situation. Now, when I look at this looks a little bit more personal than the actual company that she worked for. But even in companies and working for companies, things get a little bit personal. So that's good. In the Scorpio Pluto energy, which is the discussion of transition, right? And so the moon is the discussion of the unknown and what we do not see clear right now. And they do not see it clear right now. They do not have all the answers right now. And so there's a lot of secrets and unknowns that's involved, period. Now, I'm not giving any zodiac signs as far as that, because we're going to throw the bones and have that conversation. Outside of that, there was many things around Marianne that kind of manifested and created. Now, if you pay attention, she has 3 majors that sit on the board. 3 major arcanas, which let you know this is something that was moving through the ethers, regardless of the fact. It was moving through the higher realms, regardless of the fact. It's energetic. So now let's look at these bones real quick for her and see what the discussion is. And y'all know I like to throw my bones right here so y'all can, and all of that good stuff. So let's see. And look at that. Yeah. My joint falls off, so I'm going to put it to the side. Because it ain't got nothing to do with the bone throw. I kind of knew that was going to happen. That one came out, so we're going to leave it there years. Right? And so let's see what's going on here. Alright. So we got this masculine energy that's kind of thrown out the board, right? Who else? We got this young light energy that's thrown out the board. Am I missing anybody? Alright. Oh no, I am. Okay. Let me get that out the way. Am I missing anybody? Everybody else is cool. Alright, so now when we're looking in the middle of this situation, right? She's not here anymore. She was murdered. So we have this bone of death right here, and the tip of it stems on this water energy, this emotional energy. Now, a lot of this is kind of turned down. So we're going to move this bone. This is the focus, that she's not here, that she was murdered, that there was a death involved. We got that. So now we got this heart chakra and we got these emotions. This was something that was moved off the emotional, not logical aspect of reality. And so, she's in her feelings about this, in her energies. Like, she really feels some type of way. There's information that she could have very well revealed that she did not reveal to people. And there's a lot of things around it or surrounding her death that's people are going to try to cover up, and that's why the secret bone is down. When we talking about this, we talking about emotions. When we talking about that, we already got this heart issue, which is kind of covering a life, in the fire energy and memory. In the fire energy, we're looking at money and a dark energy right here. So things move pretty darn fast. This could also be in reference to people that she's extremely close to, right? Now, I don't know if she had children or not, but there's a disconnect here when it comes to life and energy. That's taken from her. So this is a fact because she's not here. Outside of that, we talking about this heart and memories and things that were forgotten. Now, there may be a couple of situations in her reality that was actually forgotten, or that she doesn't remember, that may have, or that she was not tapped into, that may have created this vibration that brought this energy to her. Now, a lot of money is involved in the situation. So there may be, a situation here. Outside of the fact that, she did work for a bank, which deals with a lot of money, deals with a lot of action. There's a lot of information that she knows, or that she was made privy to, that she didn't know was important or did not identify as important within the situation. So we have to keep that in mind. That's how these energies move so quick. She may not have seen her position. She understood the importance of her position, but there's a lot of things that may have been discussed, a lot of things that she may have read, a lot of contracts and agreements that she may have come across that seemed minuscule to her, that was actually a big deal to other people who had a little bit more power than her, which kind of moved a little bit of energy also, right? So that's where this memory bone comes in. That's where this heart bone comes in. There's the butter knife, right, which also is standing in the fire, and it also is a discussion of fire. Listen, this was in between this Aries and Leo energy, right? So if there's energy being pushed, whether it's directly or indirectly in this family oriented and is in need to cut off, there's a lot of things that she wasn't willing to let go, even in in business and trying to build her way up. There was a lot of things that she wasn't willing to let go of. So, that may have affected her family life. Outside of that, you have this dark energy moving around the days, right? Which sits right here. And you see this in the Sagittarius, and you see this in lust. So there may have been decisions that was made in her particular position that didn't have consideration for how it was going to affect others and how it was going to create big and small losses for others in her same situation, who comes from her same situation, which may have moved energy also, right? So we're going to move these out the way because we know a lot has been done. Now we have this mind energy that comes out here in the airs, right? This is about communication and the way one thinks. I don't know if she had children or how many children she had, but whatever decisions and choices that she made within her career, there she associated with the fact that it affects her offsprings later on down, whether she's in a know or not. That's a whole nother story, right? This is something that she would have to understand in the physical reality that she may be tapping into and understanding in her ethers. Meanwhile, in this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, the journey bone is down. So if she did do a little bit of traveling, moving from one place to another, it probably wasn't a good time to do it. Because in that, whomever she discussed and communicated about where she was going for that day, they obviously, however she communicated, they were able to pick up on that. And so that's how they understood how to make sure that she's not here for the most part. So, they would have to look into those communications. Who knew where she was going to be and how she was going to get there and how she typically travels and who she typically communicates with and what form she typically communicates that. And you have the love bone down, right? So we have this other feminine energy. This bone would represent her, and this is in between the earth and the air energy, right? So if you're looking at between that earth and air energy, it would match Venus, the Libra Taurus kind of energy is a medium speed. There was warning. There were things that were taking place during her day in her subconscious mind, things that she thought about that she was not really paying attention to. This is what knocked her situation down. Was she focused on her emotional aspects of tapping in? No, absolutely not. But whoever she was communicating with, how she was communicating, it may not be the person that she was communicating with, but it's the tools that she used to communicate with, or how well an individual knew her, is how they was able to find out how to deal with the situation, and that's why she's not here. That's part of the reason, right? So, how she was traveling, where she was traveling, when she was going home, when she was coming back from home, when she was going to work, when she was coming back from work. This is a conversation. Who knew that? Anyway, and that's what brought this aggressive energy in these airs right here. There's a feminine energy. There's no emotional connection right there. So this could be another a feminine principle in reality, or it could just be an aspect of her that did not deal with her emotions because she was very business minded, right? And with that means that she had to detach from everything that's in reality that affects everything that kind of looks like her, moves like her, feels like her, and has come from the same kind of foundations of her. And in the spiritual world, that's a no-no, right? At the end of the day, there's still some warning subconsciously. Whether she chose to acknowledge it or not is irrelevant. Obviously, she didn't, because this is the warning that sits in the back of her mind that she may not have been able to acknowledge, because she's looking at business, she's looking at contracts, she's looking at agreements, she's looking at opportunities, she's looking at communication. She's not seeing that there's a particular warning back here. Now, there's magnification, okay, which lets you know when this chakra bone comes down, it means that she wasn't one that was tapped into the energies in that way. So she was more of like a physical being, a mental being, more than a spiritual being. Not saying like that's not a disrespect, but that's just how it was, right? So we got this magnification in the ancestors that sit on life, right? And the physical. So it's magnified. This is not only, the ancestors, her direct ancestors are saying, listen, we are always a part of your life. It always has to be acknowledged. You always have to remember your people. You can never forget where you came from. You can never forget, no matter what status is given to you in this reality, the foundation of it all. And this is what made the energies kind of magnify on her physical reality. Now, when you're looking in the earth, and this is coming down in Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus energy, right? More so on the Taurus side. So, pay attention to the finances and money, and the fact that she was in banking, and pay attention to what happened in that situation physically. The physical body was harmed. As far as I saw, and I didn't get to really read into it, there was a stabbing or something that took place. Something took place physically. So this was, a physical thing. The lack of understanding that, yes, you can climb up these situations and in these systems and corporations, but you still have to do everything when you make your choices and decisions and agreements that are conducive to where you come from. Ancestors do not play. So here in a dream state, there may have been an overindulgence when it comes to finances and money and opportunities, right? And a lot of it is like, these positions or this ability to move through positions is what she may have dreamed of and desired and worked extremely hard for. But it still have to find a balance so that it's not an overindulgence and a violation. And so, it took a whole lot of years to get it done. Regardless, in being who she is. So she is, this African American woman, and this is not a race thing, but this is an African American woman. She's coming into a particular corporation and system, and she's trying to move up the ladder naturally, right? Without forgetting. And somewhere in there was a great forgetting and an overindulgence, because when opportunities was given, was she thinking about all the little in-betweens and what had to be violated to get to these particular levels? This is the thought. So now I'm gonna throw one more time. right? One more time. And so the question is this. Why does she think she's not here? Alright, so we're going to take this off. Take this off. You take that off. So, first off, we got this bone right here. This is a financial loss, but also could represent a physical loss. There were certain secrets that was revealed that put people in their emotions. Things that she knew about and understood about that put people in their emotions. She was already, even though it took her some time and it was slow for her to get into a position of stability, and this comes in Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, she was able to get that done, right? The ancestors, her ancestor bone right here in the spirit wasn't really connected. This Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. There were certain agreements in the and this could even be related to a marriage or a real solid agreement based off emotions. But it's coming in Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces energy. Her ancestors wasn't in agreement with what regardless of the fact. Now over here in between this earth and air, you have children. You have the microscope sitting on this female right here. I'm not gonna say that it represents of it because she has the warning bone right there and this masculine energy right here. This might have also been a family matter, and she has a status in her position, and she's independent, and she does her, and she's so it could definitely be that. But it's also showing this memory bone that comes down in the earth energy, right? And it's down. So somebody may have felt forgotten. There may have been this issue or feeling of having to be isolated. This Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy when there's no connect. She may have disconnected from many individuals for whatever reasons there is that she wanted to do so. I don't see an overindulgence over there. So that's behind the situation. Now and as you see, that's a Uranus. There's secrets involved. So this may have also been something involving the family structure. I don't know if she had children, how many children she had, if she was married. I didn't look into all of that. So let's get into this fire energy, the Sagittarius, Leo, Aries energy, right? So what you see here is love. That's down. It's not there. You have this dark energy that moves very quickly across the days prior to her not being here. You still have this chakra bone that lays down in the opposite direction in the fire, and then you have this light energy, and then and death and journey. So therefore this is something that took place among her journey. This is how she was able to be put in this position. Somewhere along her traveling from wherever she was at to wherever she was at, this was something that she was it was known, and this is somebody that she trusted and was comfortable with, and that's how they was able to do that. So this is somebody that's super close, and this is how she got in this position. Outside of that, all of the things that she worked for and put her energy forward to it was so that she could build a firm foundation and deal with a little bit of loss, and but life still takes its own toll, right? I'm also seeing right here action energy, and then you see this Leo energy in the sun. Also, so this may have been like a little jealous energy. Also, she also may have had dreams or visions or little things that she did not understand and did not pick up on, so she didn't see warning involved certain individuals emotionally and in business or in her desires that she needed to cut herself off from. This is a double fire situation. This is a double fire situation. There's things that was taking place that she did not see, and people that she was interacting with on a regular and consistent basis that she simply did not see, did not mean her anything good. At the end of the day, it caused this bone comes in because it caused the ultimate loss. But a lot of it, not only outside of family, in its masculine energy and things like that, but in business, right? It caused a physical loss, a financial loss, an emotional loss, a mental loss. And a lot of it, people are going to try to hide. It's not going to work. It's still going to be revealed why she's not here. Whether that lands on her business or whether it lands on personal or whether it's a combination of both. What this looks like is a combination of both, and energy moving in a way that she was not able to identify. And so it moved through these two segments. So what we have to understand here is when we're dealing with the temperance, right? We're dealing with the moon, right? And so it lets us know. And we're dealing with judgment. We're dealing with the world. She was dealing with 4 different elements and 4 different aspects of reality. And if she wasn't paying close attention, it opened up the opportunity for the slip up. Period. You don't ever want Leo to be super in their emotions. You don't ever want Scorpio to not see things clearly, right? And you always want to find balance between communication, partnerships, and all of that, and your ability to create financially, create stability, right? And then in judgment, you never want to have this Aquarius, Uranus, secret energy that comes through and passes judgment. You just never want to do it because it's really, usually it's not in balance, right? These are the 4 aspects of reality that was coming into play. And as you notice, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcanas up here. Outside of the fact that her Saturn matches a Saturn, which is where the situation was located. So this is foundation. This is building. This is creating firmness. Whether it was in right or wrong vibration is irrelevant. So what we do know outside of that is that she was violated for multiple reasons, not just business. There was opportunity involved in violating her in that way. And the person will get caught. But I'm going to throw down another couple of cards. The person is definitely going to get caught. That's a fact, no fiction. So, therefore, let's see what type of individual would do a thing like that to her, let's say. So, this is somebody who don't spend a lot of time around individuals. They probably a little bit excluded or isolated. They usually on their own. You may not see them around nobody. I don't read reversals, but behind it maybe a lot of confusion and greed, low key, a lot of different choices, a lot going on, yet there's a supersized aggression taking place, right? And then you have this Emperor energy, this Aries energy. This is a masculine energy. I'm not going to say that there was money involved, but I'm going to definitely say this is a balance issue and there was a manipulation involved to make this aggression take place. And there will be confusion around it, and there will be people that try to isolate themselves from the situation so that they do not get caught. It's not going to work. This is landing somewhere close to Taurus energy, if you ask me. And when you're dealing with the Hermit, you kind of in that energy. And the person has probably tried to hide, flee by road, car, train, van, something like that. To get out the situation, it's not going to work. There's going to be confusion around the situation. There's going to be reckless speculation around it. This Emperor energy had the ability to manipulate a particular situation to make one aggressive towards her. And she could have even done it her damn self by accident, not knowing, with, this concept of it's not fair. So pay attention to her position and her job, and pay attention to her position and her family structure, and pay attention to those masculine energies that's a little bit older than her that may have wanted to have some power and control. This is an ambitious energy and a desire to grow and move up the social ladder, also to move up the corporate ladder, for stability. Not for the same things that the people that may have been competing with her against. There's a lot of things that she may have not understood in her position when it comes to the elders or the people that have been in these positions or in these corporations or in her family longer than her. There's things that she did not see very clearly, and so yeah, she was treated seriously unfairly in a situation, and it's still going to come out clear, and the person that did this still going to get caught nonetheless. Anyway, this is NBT SKY. Deuces. This is my reading on the Citibank exec. And yeah, they're definitely going to get caught. And the person that's most likely going to get caught is a fire water type of energy. Maybe a little bit of earth in their chart. Somebody that's extremely controlling and possessive and wants to wield power at all times. But somebody that also tends to hold secrets about how it balanced out. So it's going to come to light regardless of the fact. Whether it comes out in reference to business or personal. What you're going to find is a little bit of both. Anyway, deuces and smooches. It's NBT SKY. I apologize because I could not go live for y'all, but you're going to get the link regardless. Deuces.